And good morning. Welcome to the Tuesday Talk. I'm your host, John Butera. Thanks for joining us again this week. Last week was our first show, and we had a lot of fun doing it. We were joined by Jack Clunan. And I want to thank everybody who did tune in and watch last week's show. I really appreciate all the support I've gotten from all my friends, family, other comedians. I do truly appreciate it. Today, we're going to have an electric show. We are joined by the passionate, aggressive comedian actor from Comedy Central. You may have seen him on NBC, Fox, CBS as well. He's also toured around the country with the Road Rage comedy tour. We have Terry McNeely with us today, so very much looking forward to having him on the show. Before we get to that, let's just talk a little bit about the news. Finally, after 108 years, the Chicago Cubs won the World Series. I was rooting for Cleveland. I'll be the first to admit that. I was rooting for Cleveland, but now that it's all said and done, I'm sort of happy for the city of Chicago. Not that they've given us anything good besides that, but like I said, it's great that the Cubs finally won. Ben Zobrist won the MVP, which is pretty cool for him. He's sort of a journeyman who had a great season. And Theo Epstein, congratulations to him. It's amazing what he's done in the world of sports as a general manager. He's done something that, if you look in the history of professional sports in the United States, he's done something that no one could ever do ever again. He ended a 100-year drought with the Boston Red Sox. He ended a 100-year drought with the Chicago Cubs. I know some of you literal people out there can say, well, the Red Sox wasn't 100 years. Well, screw yourself. You get my point. So it's pretty amazing what he was able to do. What we're going to do every week here on the Tuesday Talk is I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask a question that's not really related to anything. They're always going to change. But what I want you guys to do as an audience is I want you to go on my Facebook page, John Butera-Comedian, and I want you to answer. And what I'm going to do every week on the following week, I'm going to have a tally of what you guys think and what your suggestions and what your answers are to the questions. This week's question is going to be very simple. Who is your favorite stand-up comedian of all time? Whether you think it's Carlin, whether you think it's Pryor, Eddie Murphy, whoever it may be, someone abstract is fine. But I'm telling you right now, if you pick Carrot Top, just shoot yourself in the fucking head. Plain and simple. So right before you hit that last P, just take the gun out and go for it. No, but seriously, let me know who you think your favorite stand-up comedian is. It could be somebody current, somebody from the past, someone who's passed away. Whoever it is fine. Whether you think it's Rodney Dangerfield, that's a great choice as well. Talking about Rodney, November 22nd is Rodney Dangerfield's birthday. I know we're a couple of weeks away, but the reason why I bring that up is I am going to host the Rodney Dangerfield birthday extravaganza at Dangerfield's on 61st and 1st, 8:30 show. It's a Tuesday night, November 22nd. I hope you guys can head out, and I hope you guys can get there for that show. We're going to be talking about a lot of other shows coming up that I have as well. A couple with today's guest, Terry McNeely. We're going to be this Saturday at Barton's Place in Mount Sinai. It's a great show. We have some phenomenal comedians. Gary Keshner's on the show with us. Robert Cividanis is on the show. Just a whole slew of great comedians. But the reason why that this is going to be a phenomenal show for me and for the general area in Mount Sinai, we're raising money for drug prevention for the Comstock High School and the Mount Sinai High School. So please, if you've been touched in any way by drugs in a negative fashion, please come out and support and help two communities raise money for drug prevention. Again, it's going to be this Saturday at Barton's Place in Mount Sinai. Please come out and support. We're going to have a great show, like I said. Terry's going to be headlining. We have Gary Keshner and myself hosting, so that should be a great time. I feel like there's something I'm forgetting to mention. Oh, yeah, the election. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Election Day, and please do your part as an American and go vote. It is my favorite thing in the world to do. Well, sort of my favorite thing. But seriously, I love being an American. I love the fact that we have the availability to vote for our leader. It's not just thrown in our face. It's the beauty and the freedom of being an American. Please go out and vote. Whether you vote for Hillary, whether you vote for Donald, whether you vote for Stein or Johnson or John Santo, who apparently has a couple of votes on the table, whoever it is, just go out and do your part and vote. And make sure you actually pay attention and you look into the smaller votes, maybe not the presidential, but the state Senate votes. A good friend of mine, I'm going to give him a little plug here, try not to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Stephen Ruth is running for state senator. He is a phenomenal person. He is fighting for the rights of the people. He wants to get rid of all the red light cameras. I can't tell you how many times I've been screwed by the red light camera. It's just a way to make money. So please, if you are in the district where you can vote for Stephen Ruth, it is, I will tell you that is a vote that will be phenomenally granted. It will be so appreciated by myself, by him, but by everybody, because we need to get rid of it. We need to get rid of these red lights. They're just, the cameras, it's just a waste. It's a way for the government to make money by singling out the lower areas. I don't want to, put any claims out, whatever it is. But he put out a great video that you can watch on YouTube, on Facebook, about how you go to the wealthier areas, there's no cameras. You go to the more lower income areas of Long Island, there's cameras on every single corner. So please go out and vote for Stephen Ruth, because he's going to try to make a difference. I will tell you this, we're going to get into the election a little bit with our guest once again. Please stay tuned. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back with more the Tuesday Talk with Terry McNeely. See you in a few minutes.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hogshair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy.
You smell so good, I won't have to bathe the next 2 weeks.
Yay!
Anything. So, here, laugh a little harder. All right? Here.
I will take him. I would be proud to show you off, you little old weirdo man.
Get a new sweater. The worst dressed man here tonight. Right? Look, get that laugh, and get it in there tonight because nobody else is gonna laugh like her. She's under drugs, all right?
Welcome back to the Tuesday Talk. I'm your host, John Butera, and we are joined by one of my favorite comedians ever. I think he's phenomenal, and I've worked with him many, many times. He's also an actor, which is great as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Terry McNeely. How are you, sir?
How are you?
I am doing fantastic, and I know that today is like your Christmas.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see how the night ends for you. But you are very passionate, as I mentioned in the opening. You have a lot of mainstream ideas, well, hopefully mainstream ideas, that the country takes the right move. And
Yeah.
in your eyes, the right move is, of course...
Anything but Hillary.
So you'd
the
rather
right
see
move.
Johnson or Stein in there?
Other than Hillary, yeah, but they're just a wasted vote.
Right, of
They're
course.
they're just being silly. They're in the way. They need to just go away. Stop already.
I feel that
That
unless you're
3% could
somebody...
be taken away from Trump and ruined. You know what I mean? It could be ruined.
I
that.
feel like unless you are someone who has a little bit of clout, a little bit of, somewhat of a chance, then you're basically stealing votes from whichever candidate. It doesn't matter, but you're almost ruining the general election of between two people. Like
Ross Perot
Ross
did.
Perot, exactly.
Yeah.
Ross Perot, he made sense. People actually voted. I'm not saying he made sense. That's not what I meant. What I meant was he made sense being in the race.
I mean, he
'cause
was crazy, but
he was a lunatic, and I know my
this is
brother.
how I see this election this year. I'd rather vote for an honest big mouth than a dishonest big mouth. They're both crazy, but I'll always go with honesty.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where America's going to go. The polls are closer now than they have been for any race since the Al Gore, where he had the majority vote, but he still lost by the Electoral College.
Yeah.
And
The Electoral College is just ridiculous.
it is,
Because
and
not everybody's vote counts. That's like, we could all go vote right now. New York, doesn't matter.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
right. You could literally
All because of the degenerates in the city area will always affect Long Island and upstate New York.
there could literally be 70% votes for a presidential candidate, and they could lose.
Yeah.
70% of the overall vote, it could be like 70 million to 30 million, and the person with 30 million, if those votes are in California, Texas, New York, and Florida,
Exactly.
and Pennsylvania, that's all you really need. Those states alone give you like more than 60% of the vote of what you need for the Electoral College.
There's a lot of things. It's just, I don't get anything.
I don't know if either of these two candidates, whoever wins, can do something about it. I know Trump has mentioned it, and even Hillary has mentioned it as well, but our Constitution, as beautiful as it is and as important as it is,
Will be gone.
is outdated.
It's gone. Well, it'll be gone. Even all the good stuff from it will be gone.
Right.
She
The
was going
amendments,
to wreck everything
Amendments-
by throwing an ultra liberal hippie in there to just throw off all the balance.
I think that changing some aspects of the Constitution makes sense, but dismantling it does not. When you have a nation who's founded on a government that we've had for 240 years, 240 years in the spectrum of the world and its history is not a long time. But if you look at our government for 240 years, up to maybe the last 30 years or 40 years with whatever corruption has been and whatever, stories have happened, it's been like the strongest government. And over the
Yeah.
last, 16 years, it's
We're
sort of
everybody's
faltered.
daddy. We have to be the strongest. We're the world's police.
Right, and part of that needs to change. I think that it's strong for us to have military in parts of the world, it makes sense, but not wasting military in parts of the world.
And also, why don't we keep the refugees where they are and just build sanctuaries and areas to protect them and feed them. We don't need them here.
Right.
Because, you know what? Everybody gave Donald Trump Jr. all kinds of crap about the jelly bean or the Skittle. No, that's completely true.
Right.
The hundred Skittles and 3 of them are poison. You're going to eat them. It's completely true.
Right.
I listen. It's not my problem. It's not our problem.
Right.
Not our problem. That whatever's happened to them is there. But that's because their country is a shithole where they sit there and eat June bugs and puddle water. It's not our problem. And
Right.
I don't want to bring in 850,000 Syrians like Hillary's going to do, and take a chance that maybe 5 of them will murder someone in Bayport and Poughkeepsie. No, not taking a chance. Not
Right.
doing it. She's dismantling everything.
It's tough to.
Not going to keep us safe. Not honest. Not strong. She's mentally deranged. It's not going to happen.
It's tough to look at.
You know what I don't understand? Me and you as comedians.
Right.
Right off the bat, why would any comedian vote left? It's going to take away your freedom of speech. You know when you go do a show, comedians, you go do a show, and people go, I'm offended. And you come off the stage and you're pissed off. You're like, why'd those 3 people have to ruin the show? Because it's politically correctness. Yes, they
Right.
ruined the show. They just ruined the whole crowd. They had like you're holding a little adorable puppy or a kitten in your hand. You're
Right.
not. You're just saying words. Words apparently hurt these people's feelings because they're so weak and fragile and ridiculous. So
Right.
why would any comedian ever vote left to take away your freedom of speech? And just think of all the jokes that Trump can give us as the president. Oh my God. There's still city comics, these hooded sweatshirt wearing douchebags with Birkenstocks in the city leaning against a brick wall with their black rimmed glasses. They're still making jokes about George Bush. Now you could bring everything up to date and you could actually make Trump jokes and be topical for once. I don't know why. I swear to God, I went like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, the guy doing a Bush joke. I'm like, he's so irrelevant. He's back on the ranch. Just stop it. You're still harping and harping and harping on Bush.
I think that, just to go back to the refugees real quick, it's weird because this nation is built on the fabric of a melting pot of having people come from other countries.
Yes.
But that was at a time
Yes, that was at a time.
where we didn't have the fear for our lives.
If it was the 80s and somebody was running for president said, I don't want anybody from Ireland coming in here. Because remember in the 80s, Belfast and Dublin and all the problems and the Catholics and the Protestants and the bombs, they were blowing up planes. I wouldn't take offense to that. I don't care about people where I came from. I'm here.
Right.
And I obey the law. But I'm not going to go, oh, he's racist. He won't let Irish people come in. Because in the 80s, most of the Irish people were causing shit.
Right.
And now these people are causing shit, and I'm not taking a chance. I don't want them here. I'll say it loud and proud. I don't want you here. Don't. Because you are so delusional that you'll strap a bomb to yourself, run into a Starbucks, and kill 46 people because you think your make-believe man in the sky is more important than my make-believe man in the sky. You're delusional. No one here even goes to church, and there's people over there killing people over a god. If you did something to my sister, my mother, my fiance, yes, I would take a giant knife and stick it right through your trachea. But I wouldn't do it over a god.
And it's weird because I try not to talk about religion. I know I do one joke on my set about it, whatever, but if we all have a God, well, taking the atheists out of it, if you have a God and you believe in that God, how does it make sense that God's telling you, you know what, you need to blow up these people, then you can come and have 72
because
virgins
their
with
prophet
me.
Muhammad was a rapist, murdering piece of shit. That's basically what it is, okay? And they're telling, oh, yeah, well, you got to kill. Like, this is what I don't understand. I've never understood this with the left and the right. There's so many things I don't understand. That I just look at, I watch Fox and CNN, I flip back and forth, I'm fair, but I'm bewildered by things like this.
Right.
most of the Jewish people in this country vote Democrat.
Right.
What? Why? Democrats are pro-Palestine.
Right.
Republicans are pro-Israel. Are they all self-hating Jews? Do they hate themselves? They'll always go the route to defend the Arab. You ever notice if it's anything against black and white, the white guy's guilty. But if it's anything with Arab will always Muslim supersedes even black. You just cannot say anything about Arabs. So long story short, the Democrats pro-Palestine, Republicans are pro-Israel.
Right.
Yeah, and all the Jews vote that way. Lincoln was a Republican. He freed the slaves.
Right.
And then the blacks turned on them, and now they're in the Democratic Party. And what has the Democratic Party done for the blacks in the last 55 years? Nothing. Cleveland, Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, all shitholes.
Right.
Complete dumps. They've done nothing. They go up there, they parade you up on stage during the re-election, they're hugging you and kissing your babies, and then they disappear for 3.5 years, and no one sees a hide of hair of any of these white, liberal, shit politicians. They disappear, and they let these people sit around in squalor. It's unbelievable. You're being fooled. You're being fooled.
And you guys thought having Terry on the show wasn't going to be a good idea today. You're wrong, obviously.
We need a studio audience in here. I don't know how I'm doing.
To be honest with you guys, as we're here on the Tuesday Talk, our guest, Terry McNeely, it's a big day in our country. It's a huge day in our country. Hillary and Donald and Hillary. It's weird because, I'm 38. So I remember my first election I got to vote for. I was very proud to do it today. Voting, I'm very proud. I think it's an amazing thing, as I mentioned in the opening. But it's so strange how, like, I remember voting for Gore and Bush and thinking, you know what, the other guy maybe he's not so bad, maybe the other guy's not so bad. All right, he's a little crazy in this area, he's a little crazy. But there's so much hatred from Democrats to Trump and from Republicans to Hillary.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and I hate to say it, I truthfully in my heart hope nothing like this ever happens. But it's almost like after the election and when January comes around and that person becomes president, whether it's Hillary or Donald, I hope there's nothing like a civil war. Because there's just,
I was talking about that last night.
It scares the shit out of me.
I was talking about that last night, and and I'm not even afraid. It's like if Hillary wins, well, first of all, I'm afraid for the country because she's just an awful person. But there are people on my side of this coin that are way more radical than I am, that are fully armed to the teeth.
Oh, yeah.
In the woods in Montana or whatever somewhere. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
I'm worried about my people.
It's like Red Dawn in Canada. Exactly.
I was talking about Red Dawn last night, too. It's exactly right. It's exactly what it is.
Wolverine.
Yeah. Like, okay, if Trump gets in, right, you're going to have a bunch of unwashed, unshampooed hair, greasy, delusional hippies that went to NYU and Berkeley whining and moaning in the streets. I have something to say. Get me a marker and a Sharpie. I have things to say. Nobody cares about your opinion, first of all. You stand in the street and block traffic. You're an immature asshole. I don't know why every time something happens, they're like, hey, let's burn down all the places that we shop in. That'll solve everything. That's how dumb they are. But if Hillary wins, I am very afraid for the more radical version of me.
Right.
The guy with the beard that lives in the woods, who has been cleaning his
rifles out.
Yeah, his AR-15.
Well, you gotta
his 7 AR-15s coming down in a Bronco with monster truck tires,
like the
and
zombie
6 other
apocalypse.
wacko right wing extremist Republicans in the back, with all kinds of racist shit written on the side of their truck, and just blowing people away. Like literally, this is the closest we're gonna be to a civil war.
Now, you could say you got on the liberal end, you have, all the hippies and stuff. But on the liberal end, you also have the urban.
Black Lives Matter.
Right. So, Yeah, the hippies aren't going to do anything.
No, they're going to whine and cry, and they think their feelings,
Right.
need to be
With their puppies and cats and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
But
yeah,
you,
no,
you
I
could
I
have
see where you're going.
an urban versus rural disaster.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a quick break here in a second, but I want you guys at home, whoever's watching this, to think about this real quick. If you've ever seen the movie Red Dawn, it's a great movie. It really is a great movie.
And that was a great reference, because I was talking about that last night, and I think everybody's been thinking more and more about it.
It's
It's
based in Canada, but it's about like trying to take back your country against craziness. Now,
Russians take over a town,
right,
and they're trying to disarm them.
right,
Sounds
trying
familiar.
to disarm them and trying to take away all their liberties. Whichever way this election goes, I just pray the American people can support whoever becomes president. And I know it's not going to happen. But as we elect today our president, try to think about, even if your person doesn't win and you hate the other person, remember they're still our figurehead and they're still the head of our country. We're going to be back in just a few minutes here on the Tuesday Talk.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
And we're back here on the Tuesday Talk. I'm your host, John Butera, joined by, of course, Terry McNeely, who's been with us through the duration of the show today. We are talking, of course, about the election. It's so apparent that this is where we need to focus today. It's sort of like, it's bigger than the Super Bowl. Of course, it's bigger than the Super Bowl, but there's going to be more viewers today watching, whether it's ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, whatever it is. Or if you're going to watch the networks like CNN or Fox or, C-SPAN, whatever you're going to watch, whatever network, there's going to be more people watching television tonight than I think any program in the history of television.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's going to even be close. I think people in other countries are so interested in looking and seeing what's going to happen.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I have family in England, I have family in Italy, and they're both like, holy crap, what's going to happen? And they have, obviously it doesn't mean anything to them.
The right's going to be watching Fox, the left's going to be watching CNN, but yes, everybody's going to be watching something.
And it's like, imagine if you have like a TV show and like today it's on, your viewer watches, your Nielsen rating is going to be like 2, if you're lucky. But, I mean, obviously all the major networks are going to be on the debate, the election. Everyone get your popcorn ready. Get your booze ready. We're all going to need it. It's going to be such a roller coaster ride. I can't wait.
I just had to smoke a cigarette outside just to calm down for 2 seconds. Because I just can't believe how many dumb people still live in this country where they would vote to, for a person that apologizes to other countries about the big bad America. Oh, I'm sorry. It's an extension of this big-eared fool for another 4 years, possibly 8, depending on how dumb you are. But that's all it is. It's an extension of all the, but Obamacare is the biggest failure ever put on this country. Ever placed on this country. The biggest failure.
See,
he's wearing it like a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor. You failed, okay?
Right.
I don't even have benefits. I will never pay for Obamacare. They can make it $4 a year. I will never, ever be a part of this. Never. Whatever.
I feel to go back quick to the debates that we had, they were all pissing contests, unfortunately. I really wish we could actually go back, which of course it's impossible now because today being election day, and have debates just on the actual things that matter, because that never happened.
Well, somebody put a great thing up on Facebook the other day, and it's very true. Tell me why you're voting for Hillary without bringing up Donald Trump's name. You can't do it. You can't do it. Nobody in this country can do it. They'll always go, well, because she's da-da-da-da-da, and I don't like him. They always go to him. Always go to him.
And only playing devil's advocate here, a lot of people who are voting for Trump will always say the same thing. She's a liar. She's this. She's that.
Yeah. Well, I agree with all that, but I am voting for him because he's pretty much saying everything Reagan said, who was our best president. Ironically enough, Kennedy's my second favorite president. It's because liberals, Democrats weren't liberals in the 60s. They were low on taxes and high on defense. Kennedy was an amazing president, great president. But then somewhere along the line, just like, what's that jerk off, that guy who used to wear the red, white, and blue shirt, and he would scream in the, Abby Hoffman said, we'll get your kids. And he did. He brainwashed all the college kids, all the hippies that were sitting around in the square there at the talking about at the Lincoln Memorial, all cheering. They all became college professors. They warped all your kids. That's why when you're a normal guy on Long Island, say you have a drywall business, you can't understand why your son is Democrat. It's because the college brainwashed your son. He went out to college. You spent $55,000 a year on his education, and they taught him nothing important, nothing, except how to be an American-hating commie, pretty much. You ever watch the videos from Mark Dice and all those guys? They ask him, who's the vice president right now? These are college kids that had $60,000 a year educations at some shitty SUNY school upstate. Who's the vice president right now? And they're like, Dick Cheney? Your kids are retarded. They're done. There's no education. They don't teach them anything. And they're like, oh, what are you? Oh, I'm a poli-sci. How do you not know that? How do you not know who the best vice president is right now? Because these kids get their education from Twitter and everything else. They have no education. They waste their education. All they do is go off to Oneonta and Oswego and all these dumps, and they get brainwashed to hate America, to apologize to everybody. The big bad America, we're horrible to everybody. Please, we're the world's police. All we do is save everybody.
I think that we need to. It's crazy to think about. People today have obviously. I want to say this. People obviously today know who they're voting for. There's very few people who are going to the polls today, and going to cast their ballot, and they're like, "Oh, who am I picking?" I think pretty much. I mean, you never know. There might be, but pretty much everybody knows.
Yeah.
And those.
You know why? Because this year is a contest of who you hate less.
Right.
That's
exactly.
why. Yeah.
There's pure hatred, which is just such a horrible thought that we're voting for who we hate less. And I mean, I
when people voted for Kennedy and Reagan, they like these people would watch Kennedy speak.
They were loved.
They loved Kennedy. They watched him speak, and they were entranced.
Right.
Kind of the way the Bernie supporters were. Bernie supporters were very, very passionate.
Yes.
But Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Miss Hillary Clinton made sure he wasn't even going to be a possibility, because they stole the election from Bernie, just like they'll try to cheat today and steal it from Trump.
I wonder if we go back to the primaries, if Bernie Sanders was against Trump, and all these people who are for Hillary, if they would all be for Bernie, plus or minus. I wonder if people who have switched or
Bernie's not hateable like Hillary's, just a hateable monster. Bernie actually he had a whole movement behind him. He was loved. He was liked.
Right.
It would have been completely kind of different. But this is the whole breakdown. If Trump was the guy who was a politician, not a businessman, and he got caught with all these emails, and he was constantly lying, being protected by the FBI, lying, causing crimes, stealing money from his foundation to pay for his daughter's wedding, I, right now, would not be voting for anyone today. I could never vote for a criminal, lying piece of shit. I can't do it.
Right.
And I don't like her, but if he was the one that got caught lying and breaking federal crime after federal crime, I would say, all right, I'm a Republican, but I'm not voting for a person who breaks the law over and over and over again, pays off Comey, or kidnaps his kids, or whatever she did to make James Comey afraid of her. I would just sit home today and be like, I'm not doing it. And that's what most of the Democrats should be doing, because your candidate is a criminal and a liar?
That's a good question, and I've asked a lot of people that because I've up until about, I would say about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, I think people may have still been on the fence of who they were voting for. They were still independent.
There was plenty of them.
Up until about a week.
Yeah, they were interviewing people on TV saying, I still don't know. And I'm like, really?
But I wonder what has transpired with the last debate or, with the FBI and all that stuff. If people can still go towards Hillary, still go towards Donald Trump. And basically what I'm trying to get to is people who are voting today, I wonder if there are people who are confident in their vote. Like, I voted, and I'll be honest about this, when it was Obama versus McCain, I voted Obama, and I did. And I just didn't feel comfortable with McCain as president, with Sarah Palin as vice president. I didn't. I wasn't comfortable with my vote.
When it came down to McCain and Obama, it's like voting for who's the better Democrat. 'Cause he's not Republican.
So with that, I voted for Obama. And I wasn't comfortable with my vote until afterwards. I said, you know what? I look at the negatives. And back then when you looked at negatives, it wasn't like the negatives of today. It was negatives of like, okay, this or that, this or that.
Policy negatives, not...
right. Not who's the bigger asshole.
Yeah, not like chronic lying or somebody yelling, grab him in the pussy next to a bus.
Right.
This is like this year's like a soap opera.
This is a reality show.
Yeah, this is like TMZ. Well, actually, this is like
Deadspin versus TMZ.
It's like Springer
versus Maury.
Yeah, this is like a Springer show. It's been a Springer show for about probably a little over a year. Just back and forth and back. It's crazy.
So we are going to take another quick break, and then we're going to be back again. We're going to finish off here with the election, talk about our shows that we have coming up and stuff like that. Try to get back to normal life, if it's at all possible. We'll be back right after this here on the Tuesday Talk. Thanks.
Welcome to Formula Auto Wash, where every day is a great day for a car wash. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sundays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Detailing packages for every budget, starting out at $29.99. 100% hand wash and detail centre. Hog's hair and microfiber brushes and mitts. Proudly using Ecolab Blue Coral soaps and waxes. Formula Auto Wash has served the community for over 30 years. Senior discounts all day, every day. Ladies' Day Wednesday, $3 off any wash. Early bird discount Monday through Thursday till 9:30 a.m. Check out our website, formulaautowash.com.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, Multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin. Galaxy.
And we're back here on the Tuesday Talk. Again, it's our election show because we don't really have a choice. It's on a Tuesday. There's nothing else we could have talked about today. Hillary and Trump, the battle. I guess the one good thing is that it'll be, I hope it's over today. Hopefully there's no hanging chads.
Oh, yeah. And lawsuits and hanging chads and this one did that. Well, it's all depending on if George Soros' election machines are involved today or if they just got some legit machines. Because that guy, if you're voting for Hillary, you're getting George Soros as your president. That's pretty much it. He owns her. He owns her. Him, George Soros, and Saudi Arabia will own our president if you vote for Hillary. That's it. That's pretty much it. Want to talk about something else? Hey, we're comedians. I forgot all about that.
Oh, God, the thought of hanging chads tonight. It's amazing. If we don't know who our president is tonight, I don't even want to wake up tomorrow.
Carrie said that last night. She's like, we're not going to know at 2 in the morning. I'm like, don't say that.
Let's talk quickly about what we have done recently on stage instead of what we've done here today. Where were you this past week? I know that you traveled recently.
This last weekend, I was in Jersey with Gallo at the Comedy Cove in Springfield.
With Kevin Goody was with you?
Yeah, Kevin Goody. Oh, my God. Great shows.
I saw the pictures.
Saturday was sold out. We could barely even sit in the room. We were like standing in the back of the bar eating our Peniel vodka. It was amazing. That place is great. The week before that, I actually headlined. The weekend before that, I headlined in a Comedy Zone, my first headlining weekend for a comedy club.
Very nice.
In West Virginia.
Keegan's favorite place.
And the consensus I got on stage there, those people don't want to be out of work coal miners, so that's going to be a red state tonight. Trust me.
This week for me, as I mentioned last week, I was at the Atlantic City Comedy Club on the Caesars Pier. That club is really, really cool. But besides the crowd was great. But what I liked about it, I don't know if you've been in because they have two different rooms that they use, and basically it's in the playground mall. But the room has different chairs, different tables for everybody. There's like 150 different seats.
Yeah.
Each chair is different. Each table is different. There's like no conformity whatsoever. It's actually pretty cool, pretty retro looking, whatever.
They had some really good rye whiskey though too when I was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good rye.
I hope you enjoy the whiskey I gave you today.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably crack it open tonight.
The whatchamacallit? This weekend, Terry and I will be together, as I mentioned earlier in the show. We'll be at the Barton's Place in Mount Sinai. Besides a great lineup of comedy, it's for a really, really important cause. Drug prevention on the North Shore of Long Island is
And I get to see
atrocious.
Gary and Pontillo and Cividanis. I haven't seen them in person in months.
Yeah.
All of them. I'm
All
like, oh
the
my
same
God,
show.
I get to see so many of my buddies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, one of the comedians did back out. That was Jeff Schaefer. He had another gig that he has to do.
Now the show's ruined. I'm off it.
That's it. Jeff ruined the show. Mr. Beertown USA. Love Jeff. So that show's going to be great. We're raising money for drug prevention for the Mount Sinai School District and the Comstock School District. I grew up in the Comstock School District, so it's near and dear to me. I work a little bit in Mount Sinai now, so I know a lot of people from that area. It's just way, way too scary how many kids in their mid-20s are dying from drug abuse and overdosing on drugs. So if you'd like to do your part, please come out to that show. Where else are you going to be coming up?
You
soon?
mean the drugs that come in through Mexico, and that's why he's building a wall, not because he's racist?
Probably.
Yeah, that wall that's going to keep out all the drugs and the
And
terrorists.
The cartels.
Yeah, just because it happens to be on the Mexican border doesn't mean he's a racist. He wants to keep the kids alive. What a horrible person he is. Horrible. What were we talking about?
What other shows do you have coming up this week?
I believe I'm at Dangerfield's Wednesday and Friday night. I have a very interesting show at the Toro Law School.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Central Islip. Keegan, Consoli, Gallo, me, and the very liberal, delusional Christopher Davis.
Yes, I actually invited Chris to be on the show with us today.
Yeah.
But he was working. He wasn't.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's the one liberal that has a job. So he actually had to be at work today.
I can't say anything
Did you
about
see the thing
that.
I posted? See the thing I posted last night?
About what?
It said the elections.
Oh, yeah.
The elections will come out very strong for the Democrats in the morning, and late afternoon it'll switch over to the Republicans because they all just got off work. You don't work. You're lazy.
I love the craziness of Terry McNeely.
And then next weekend, I am back with Gallo at the Road Rage Comedy Tour. We make 2 stops in Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Very nice. That's the 18th, 19th?
It's the Philly area. It's I've been going to that club for the entire 9-10 years I've been in comedy, so it's weird. I'm on Long Island, but that's my home club. Because
I know what you want to say. It's all about the government of comedy that we have to deal with. Sorry, slipped up a little bit there. But no, seriously, I think that I performed there. I loved it.
it's great.
At Comedy Works in Bristol.
They're real.
Michael's a great guy.
They're so like old school and cool that the first time I went there and have a guest spot, I did 6-minute unpaid guest spot. Keith Anthony brought me there. I walk up there. This was about 2007. So the no smoking law hasn't hit Pennsylvania yet because they weren't one of the sissies like New York and New Jersey. And because everybody follows California. California does something, and New York and New Jersey go, well, they're doing it. We got to do it too. Okay, let's do it. So I went up there, and on the stage, on the stool is an ashtray. And I literally whipped out of Parliament, lit it up. I came over, and after the set went fine, I came over to the owner, and I said, thanks a lot for the opportunity, let me do the guest spot. And she's like, you were up there for 6 minutes, and you had a smoke?
I like the fact that
It was entrapment. It was sitting right there. I had to light up. I'm like, I don't get to smoke on stage in New York because in 2003, that's when New York ruined it.
You were able to smoke in one of my shows, the
Yes,
golf course.
Yes, the outdoor golf. The first time I ever smoked at like a real show like that one we did was on a rooftop.
Where was that?
We did I actually did like a long set. It was 93rd Street and
Oh, in the city.
Yeah, it was a hostel. So of course none of them spoke English. They're all Swedish and Yugoslavian refugees. But it was great. It was porch grass. We just lit up cigarettes and we were against a brick wall with graffiti on it. It was cool.
That was at T.J. Halpin's at the Heatherwood Golf Course. I'm going to call it Setauket because really that's what it is, even though they address the center reach. Right on 347.
Yes.
That was going into it. I'm like, oh, this will be fun, but that was a great show.
Great show.
That I thought maybe we were going to collapse.
It's funny you brought up that show because I am probably about 2 or 3 weeks away from launching a huge podcast of my own.
Oh, very cool.
And it's me and Marcus.
Really?
Yeah.
That's going to be very unique to watch.
Yes.
Alluding to Marcus Johnson.
Produced by Rob Chiaffi.
Figured.
Yep. He's the brains behind the operation, and me and Marcus are just going on it.
That's going to be awesome.
Mensplaining, mansplaining. It's just social issues, politics, relationships, society, comedy, everything.
That's going to be awesome. Alluding to Marcus Johnson.
Who killed that night.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
unbelievable.
And I haven't seen him in like probably a year or so. We went up there. He leveled the place. I'm like, now I have to bring it. I have to bring it hard now because Marcus just laid down. He laid down the groundwork, man. That was impressive.
Marcus destroyed that night. I mean, you did amazing as well, and that was for what we were,
He
where
has
we
such
were.
confidence and stage, like, in crowd work.
And the fact that he knows the
Great.
area and he was able to use the area and
was
the
in his
streets
hood.
and everything to,
Man.
Marcus and I went to the same elementary school.
Yeah.
Which is just
I haven't been able
weird.
to do a show in my hood because Flaming Hearth is gone now, but.
Now it's the grill with the pill. Marcus is phenomenal. He did a show with me. It was Chaffee, Marcus, myself. Keegan did a guest spot opening for Bob Nelson. And Marcus slayed it. We had to take a break because Bob Nelson didn't want to go on directly after Marcus.
Oh, wow.
Big toot to Marcus.
Yeah.
He's
fun to watch.
Great. He really is. He brings passion from a fun-loving atmosphere.
Yeah.
And
he's very positive too.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the whole aspect of me and him going to be on that.
When he talks him off the air, he's a little different.
Mr. Positive and Mr. Negative sitting next to him. You have this 44-year-old right-wing curmudgeon.
It's literally going to be black and white. That wasn't a racist comment, people. It was.
Yeah, calm down.
Fun.
Calm down.
It was fun. Even Marcus would have laughed at that if he was here.
Of course, he's a comedian. His sense of humor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost done with the show. I'm going to leave it to Terry to sort of give his last comments and last remarks. You got about a minute.
I got about a minute? Well, definitely come see us this Saturday at the Barton's.
Like that's what you want to say.
Yeah, no. Saturday at Barton's. Barton's is a great place, man. What an awesome stage. It's actually too big for one person to sit up there. But it's great. Come see us Saturday at Barton's, definitely. It's for a good cause. Find me on Facebook. I have a new page, Comedian Terry McNeely, because my other one's, it's already jacked out. It's done. I can't accept any more people. Please get out there and vote today, guys, okay? And let's not vote for a communist, socialist pig that hates America. I mean, you really want Bill as a first lady? I mean, he's had so many ladies first. He doesn't need to be a first lady. Get out there, man. Just vote, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to Terry McNeely. Next week, we're going to have a great guest. Al Martin, the owner of the Broadway and Greenwich Village Comedy Clubs, will be here on set with me next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Tuesday Talk. See you guys next week. Go out and vote.